right. Welcome everybody to our Thursday free little sneak peek of our intro to our big Ultimate Food Healing Retreat that will be taking place next June in Isla Mujeres, Mexico, with a team of professionals who are all dedicated to bringing healing to the body temple. And all of them have knowledge and wisdom in so many different ways to create one incredible week. So we will talk about some highlights, but we thought we would do every couple of weeks a little intro on these classes so you can get a chance to know some of the teachers. And actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I love that idea. We did this the other day. I'm going to have everybody go off video while we're doing the presentation. And then after presentation, then you can come back on camera. How's that? So yeah, if everyone can just go off camera, and then I'll stop, or you know how to do yours, Tony and Deb, that would be great.
I don't know how.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I could do it. There. Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's better for the presentation. So we will talk more after this quick these are just teasers. So we'll have a little Q&A, and then I see that we have Deb, who's one of our teachers, and I'm a teacher, and Lucille's a teacher, and Tony's going on the retreat. So hopefully we will answer all your questions and talk more about the retreat after that. So this also gets shared on YouTube, so you can always refer back to it if you weren't on the call live with us. And tonight we are giving you a sneak peek. It's such a big topic. Of course, we're going to talk about that in length with all the teachers and with Lucille at the retreat on foods that fight disease. But what I want to do now is just give the floor over to Lucille to say hello and a little bit about herself.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. So my name is Lucille Trice. I've been a nurse now about 30 years, close to. My primary background is cardiac medicine, and my secondary is pediatric medicine. I started as a military nurse and worked my way through all of that. And now I have a holistic day spa located in downtown Cape Coral, where we do all kinds of spa therapies, but we also teach people about holistic living, and I also do some consultation, simple, basic information, how to read labs, teach people about food. Some inflammatory foods is a great example, and just to get them more comfortable with asking more questions with their physicians and being in tune with their regimens and their therapies, as well as their diets. So today...
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You're in good hands, in other words, like AKA in good hands. So yeah, today
we're going to do some informal discussion about healthy foods and disease-fighting foods.
So I thought this is such a big topic, and we can pull apart a billion diseases, and you can pull apart a billion different foods that feed the body. I thought maybe we could just talk about a few of them, just as a sneak peek to give people, because this is a big topic.
It is.
Yeah.
And
so,
I'm loquacious.
Yeah, you're loquacious. So what would you like to start with? Is it better to talk about some favorite foods that you know but people might not know about, things that they might not even know is in their own refrigerator? Or would you like to talk about these, or how would you like to lead it?
We can talk more about common foods, things that people generally already know.
Perfect. Let's do that. Yeah. All right. So take it away. What was the first one you want to touch on?
Well, we're in Florida. Let's talk about avocados. Large avocado seeds are very nutritious. They have an enzyme called glutathione.
Glutathione. Yep.
Thank you. It's a very potent liver detoxifier. The liver filters the blood through the system, so this is very important for homeostasis, which is getting your body to work right. The seed itself has 100 different types of phytochemicals, and those phytochemicals help us clean our arteries, help us increase vascular, help your veins function better, helps decrease hypertension, and it also helps decrease inflammatory diseases. like arthritis.
Like arthritis.
Like
Okay.
arthritis.
Yes.
And osteoarthritis and what's another one? Go ahead.
That's
Just
a
ask
lot.
a question. Yeah.
Well, I eat avocados every day, and I've always loved them, whether I was vegan or depending on what my diet. So I was always told that avocados are fattening and bad for you. So you're saying that it's the absolute opposite.
It's the opposite. There's about 10% of fat in avocados, but they actually help the body release fat. So it helps you not process, hold on to as much fat, and it actually helps you lose weight.
Awesome. And by the way, when we're done with some of these samples, then we'll have a Q&A and you can ask questions and we can get into more of a group conversation. So, okay, give me another one. Let's let them know what else is a favorite. And by the way, avocados, you said, are they grown here?
They're grown in Florida.
I didn't know they were grown in Florida.
Oh yeah, many types of avocados are grown in Florida.
Okay, see, I'm new to Florida, so I didn't know that. Okay, you said that. I immediately thought you were going to say like oranges or something. So I just learned something. I know we have mangoes. Okay. All right, so what's next?
Another favorite is cherries.
I love cherries.
Other than tasting totally amazing, cherries actually are one of the few food sources for melatonin. Melatonin is naturally produced by the pineal gland. It helps us with sleep rhythm. And basically, that's the main thing I want people to know, that if you eat a handful of cherries, it can actually help you get back in rhythm with your sleep pattern.
Awesome. I think they also, well, I know, I'll let you take it, but I know they also have some other ingredients that are good. Especially, I mean, I see it a lot in men that you tell them. Because we have all women on here.
I know, right? So it actually has also an acid called malic acid. And malic acid helps break down harmful acids. Like, for instance, you mentioned men. And so a common disease is gout. It actually helps break down the acid that causes gout. So it relieves the inflammation caused by that.
Beautiful. I love cherries. That's a good one. And they have, I mean, you can go on and on, but we don't want to get too scientific. Yeah. So yeah, we'll leave it easy. All right. How about another one?
Let's see. Another common one is one of my favorite teas.
Teas?
Ginger.
Oh, I love ginger.
Ginger root.
Okay. Yeah.
So ginger root has anti-inflammatory benefits. One of them is relaxing circulatory walls.
Say that again.
Circulatory walls.
For instance, walls. I think you said walls. Okay.
So say, for instance, people who have asthma. Part of the problem with asthma is the walls thicken, and it makes it harder to take in air and breathe. And so ginger actually helps relax those walls so that it decreases the inflammation and allows for better breathing during an asthma attack. It's a strong anti-cancer agent. Produces an enzyme called gingerol, and gingerol actually helps destroy cancer cells. The great thing about gingerol is that you can take as much of it as you want, and it doesn't harm any of the healthy cells. It only attacks the cancer cells.
I love ginger.
Yeah, phytochemical.
I see ginger and turmeric together a lot.
Turmeric is a huge anti-inflammatory.
Yeah. Same family.
Same family.
Perfect. All right. Well, we may have time for. Do you have more?
Another good one.
Okay, one more. Okay, good. Perfect. That'll end our 15.
Pumpkin seeds.
Oh, I love pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin
seeds. You chose all ones I like. Now I'm getting hungry.
So pumpkin seeds produce an enzyme called curbitane.
Curbitane.
Curbitane. Thank you. Curbitane is a phytochemical that has a steroidal effect and actually helps decrease inflammation. It also is the highest source of L-arginine, which is a amino acid. Yeah. Perfect. The main thing I remember about pumpkin seeds is that it's an anti-parasitic. So if you feel that parasites are an issue, and we can get that from uncooked meats and contaminated foods, it's an easy thing to take to go ahead and regulate and get rid of the parasites and get your system going back on track.
Perfect. Well, I think we could talk about 300 things, other items of foods, but that's just a little sneak peek to show you. And you guys all could come on video now, by the way.
Yeah, anybody got questions?
Unless do I need to do it? Oh yeah, there's Deb. Hey Deb.
Hey, Dad.
Charlotte, you and Tony and Denise, if you want.
I don't know how to switch it.
Oh, I think I can do it from here. Let's see.
For some reason, that's not.
Oh, it says
option's
ask
not
to start
coming up.
video. Okay, good.
Okay.
Do you want to be on video, Denise? Oh, she's on mute. She may not want to be on video.
Yeah, I don't want to be on video.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not video worthy.
No worries. Oh, you're beautiful, but we get to hear your voice. First off, we have Deb Martin here, which is awesome. She's a food genius scientist, food scientist genius over at Lotus Blossom Clinic. So she is also one of our teachers. So don't you agree, Deb, this is a massive topic that you couldn't, in 15 minutes begin to tap into it. But we wanted to give people a sense of realizing that our common everyday food, whether we like it as just a normal for the taste of it, also is doing wonderful things for our body. So just even like everything you mentioned, Lucille, is something I absolutely love. I eat pumpkin seeds on the regular, love cherries when I can get them, and I love ginger and just about everything. So that, so the point is that on this retreat, we're going to be covering the gamut and tasting and seeing why we're having that smoothie and why we put that in that smoothie each day to nourish your body. Everything will be intentional.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely intentional.
So does anybody have any comments or questions about what Lucille talked about or anything else that we can support you with?
Raise my hand. Quick question. Oh, whoops. Okay, go ahead, Charlotte.
Go ahead, Charlotte.
Yeah, on the avocado seeds, I'm like you, I eat avocados every day if I can get them. How do you process the seed to eat it?
Do you want me to answer that, or do you want to answer it? Oh, you're the presenter. You're going to answer it.
Very nice. So if you have a really good food processor, or you have a good, I think 3
horsepower.
3 horsepower will break down the avocado seed like it's nothing.
Okay.
I have a Blendtec, and it seems like and I've had a Blendtec for years. And a Blendtec, it just pulverizes it into dust. And I use an avocado seed every single day. And Vitamix is, I mean, those are 2. And there may be others out there. I mean, I know this is going to go on YouTube, and I'm not a promoter of one or the other. I just happen to have a Blendtec, and it works perfectly. 42 seconds, I hit just the whole food button, and it's completely pulverized. Anything actually woody.
All right, super. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have a blender now?
I do have a food processor.
But it doesn't process anything like
woody.
Well, I never thought about the avocado seeds.
Usually get rid of them, right? Most people do throw them away. They don't understand how.
Already trying to read it, and then I was told, well, the ones that you get from the store, they're not going to really produce anyway. So
to plant, but they're still nutritious.
right. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Tony or Deb or Denise?
Well, yeah, I'd like to chime in. I'd like to
hold on. Go ahead, Deb.
Okay. I'd like to chime in on Charlotte's avocado discussion. So just to reiterate what you guys already said, to be sure that you have a very strong blender. A 3 horsepower engine will run a small boat, and that will crush an avocado seed no trouble. Although, if you put the avocado seed, I found out by doing this, if you put the avocado seed right down at the bottom, it can stop and chunk up the whole thing because it hasn't had a chance to spin. Okay, so I always stack whatever vegetables and things, and then that's on top because
that's great.
Yeah,
I haven't had that issue yet, but I don't want to have that issue in the future, so I will now take that advice. I've just thrown it in because it sinks to the bottom, but you're right. Like today, I did Swiss chard. I did a lot of things that could be like branches and stacking. So yeah, that's a great idea. What kind of blender do you have, Deb?
We have a Blendtec.
Yeah.
They have a 7-year guarantee. The company's really good. They will replace any and all parts in that time frame. They're just really good about that. So it's a great investment. You can get them at Costco for about $200, I think now.
Oh my God, back in the day when I got mine, 400 was like the deal of the century. So they have come down in price.
They have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. When you were talking about the cherries for the melatonin and the pituitary, is there a particular time of day that's recommended to help that?
So are you saying what time of day to eat the cherries for maximum benefit for sleep with the melatonin?
Yes. Yes.
So basically it's not a drug. It's a food.
Right.
So it's readily available. The melatonin is readily available when you eat it. But if you're eating it for help in setting your sleep pattern, then you take it at night when you're going to sleep. You have a handful or a bowl full so that while your body is processing it, the melatonin is being released into your bloodstream and you're already set and ready for sleep. If you ate it during the day, you're not going to, nod out at a meeting or something like that because that's not your intention. Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody, any other comments on that? I love cherries.
Yeah,
And-
cherries have, like everything else, when we're talking about these foods, just to also support what you guys are saying, there's so much with each one of these foods. There are thousands of phytochemicals inside all of these fruits and vegetables we eat. And
Yeah.
so all of these things are true and much more, like pumpkins.
So true. Well, that's the beauty of when we all immerse together on the retreat, is that we will all be sharing all of our tricks and tips. And did you know a cherry has these 5 other things? And that's the thing, is like, these are just little tidbits, but on the retreat, we'll spend an hour, having a complete immersion on these. In fact, when we're done with this Q&A, I'll be reading the topics of our discussions that we'll have over the 5 days. And there is so much knowledge we're going to walk away with, and it's going to be practical knowledge too, because we're going to be like, okay, so what did we just put in our smoothie this morning, and why was that so fabulous, and why do we feel so great, or why did we sleep so well? We're going to be looking at all those things. In just a minute, we'll talk more about the retreat. Any other questions? Or Miss Lucille?
Just on the ginger, is the decorative ginger you see growing around the island, is that the root ginger you use, or they're totally different species? Or the fruit, yeah.
So I think you're talking about the ginger flower. There's a plant that's called the ginger lily, I guess, or something like that. Is that what you're discussing?
I believe so. I believe so.
I'd have to see it to tell you if there are many different varieties of that. So I'd have to see it to tell whether or not it's the type of ginger that you can consume the root from.
There are different varieties. Okay.
There are different varieties, yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know the ginger root. I didn't know that was grown. That's on the island here.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot.
Wow.
They're beautiful.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Deb?
Well, I'm growing about 6 pots filled with ginger right now. And so if, Charlotte, depending on where you are, I will be harvesting, and we usually make a class out of it, actually. You get the pots out there and you do all the stuff to transfer and harvest some of them for yourself and plant some more for the next season. It's really a nice, dirty project. So if anybody wants to do that, let me know.
I would absolutely love it. Thank you.
That's terrific.
Yes.
Well, if you guys are good, we can kind of just get into a little bit more background on the retreat and learn about the classes that we're taking. Me, like I said before, Lucille and myself and Tony will be there, and Deb will be there. And I think Denise is coming. I'm not sure, but she's thinking about it. But let me give you a little bit of some insight. First off, you should go look up Isla Mujeres. It's absolutely stunning. It's we flew from Fort Lauderdale, and it was an hour flight fantastic. Easy peasy, just flying to Cancun. But secondly, it's a very clean island, very well organized and run, beautiful, sacred sandy beaches. All the restaurants are as clean as you can get, very mindful of organic living, conscious living, vegan, vegetarian, kosher, a lot of Israeli restaurants there, Mediterranean style. It's a really very astute and experienced in the food culture, this island. It was, as I've mentioned before, rated in the top 5. It came in at number 3 of the best islands from Travel and Leisure magazine. So that aside, we're staying in an incredible resort right on the beach. You walk right out. In fact, a lot of our classes are going to be literally with our feet in the water, sitting around the water. It's an open resort with beautiful villas. So if you want to, go look at El Milagro Resort in Marina. There's a website, and you can there's even a video on there, and you can see these gorgeous, really total wonderful Mexican style villas. So we're hoping that we will have the entire hotel resort to ourselves for just this time. There's a full big kitchen there, so we have access, and we'll be cooking and really doing a lot of raw foods in a way, but we'll be having everything. This is for all diet types. In fact, when you do the registration, you'll see that we will have, we ask you your diet types, and that way we're incorporating everyone's lifestyle, because there's merits to every type of eating, and we will be talking about that. In fact, one of our classes is talking about news, fact, or fiction, I'm calling it, setting the record straight on diet trends, fads, and truths. So we're going to talk about all the different ways of eating and the pros and cons of them. And I think that's really important, because all of us have known through the ages how often we've heard of, like, this is the only diet, right? Right now we're, everyone's talking about keto, and, back in the day there was the Atkins, and, there's so Scarsdale. God, that really dates me. But, we're talking about times that we're going to be staying current, and who knows by June what all of us are going to be talking about then. But, it's great Deb's on the call, because she's such a pro too, and she'll be teaching some of these classes. So I'm going to just read them to you, and then Deb's going to probably say, yes, that's the one I'm teaching. But we are going to talk about the ins and outs of eating with oils, and the good, the bad, and the oily, because the topic of oils is such an important topic to discuss on so many levels. And, from coconut to palm to canola to olive and everything, one side or the other of that. So that's a whole topic just on oils, and when to use it, how to use it, what's dangerous, what's not, what's safe, what's better for you, and why. So that's one of our classes. The ABCs of vitamins, balancing the alphabet of health. We're going to talk about all the different vitamins and what foods provide those vitamins, and what about supplementation. And gosh, Deb, at Lotus Blossom Clinic, she knows tons of things about vitamins and supplements and herbs, and same with Lucille. So we're going to be diving into that. 411 of fermented foods, getting the details of friend or foe. Deb, what do you want to say about that one?
Oh my gosh. It is one of the 4 foundations of good health, in my opinion, from what we've seen with our clinic and people coming through with anything from rheumatoid arthritis to mental troubles. You just really have to address that. The gut health is important.
That is going to be wonderful, and we'll be trying some fermented foods and drinks, I believe. So that's all included. And by the way, this package that this price is includes almost 95% of the meals. So we're getting our breakfast is included in our lunch. Most of our dinners, we will want to go out a couple nights, because the downtown scene is incredible to go shopping and just walk around and experience some of the local food. And we will also be we have a food culinary specialist. They're very well known for these food walking tours. So we're going to be going, I think, into people's homes and restaurants. He's got this specific, taking our group on a private food culinary tour on the island. So that's going to be one of our nights. A few more classes, eating with gratitude. how emotions affect what we eat in our body. I was talking to you, Charlotte, about that before. And Oksana, that's her baby. She does these Zyto scans. She's able to go back and say, you know what? You don't like cherries because your great grandmother has been putting that DNA and energetics into you. It's amazing what she shows, how energies are picked up, or situations we've been in maybe through childhood or other times are affecting why we like or dislike something now, or have aversions, or sometimes even have digestion troubles or others. So she's really keen on the emotional and eating with gratitude. One of our classes is called Turning Back the Clock. Anti-aging foods that bring you back to your prom days, right? How many of you are saying, yeah? So I think Deb will be talking about that. I'll be talking about that.
I'll definitely be talking about
Yeah,
that.
we will.
We'll all be talking.
Oh, we will all be talking about how to get it back. I want not only, I want to look and be that size of prom days, even though I didn't go to my prom.
Yeah.
But I think the anti-aging foods, there's specific foods for that, and we will be sharing all about that, to not only on the outside but the inside of really going back. We want to regress, right? We want to go back in time, and we're going to be talking about how to do that through food. Yeah. A deep dive into food as medicine, really talking more about what we talked about today on a much larger scale, how to have foods that increase our health and vitality. All of us have lots to say, and there's a lot more teachers going to be part of this. And then the colon craze gone wild. Everyone's talking about how important the body, the brain, and the gut, and digestion, and elimination, and yeah, the whole thing. I call it why everyone's going cuckoo for caca. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to talk about how it's important to poop, and why and what foods do that, and how to get the good bacteria going, because that is definitely a sign, if you're backed up, why things aren't happening.
System starts to break
Yeah.
down.
Or if you're too wet, why we're having too much, wet in our bowel movements. So I know that's funny to talk about, but it's not, because it's key. So we're all going to be talking about that, and leading that charge as well will be Jeffrey Berger, who is a mental health wellness gladiator, and he's with Amari Global, and he has a lot to say about the colon craze. And then I think about Deb when I think about that, of her chocolates, but one of our last classes will be enlightened eating, high vibe foods that will leave you oming for more. And what does that mean? You'll have to find out. But we think we're going to provide some deliciousness that let you know that your body really is responding in more high vibrational ways. Anything you want to say on that, Deb?
Well, I'm just going to say that chocolate is the gateway drug to get into all of these other high vibing foods.
Yeah, for sure. So to tap into what Deb means, you'll have to come on this retreat. But yeah, we'll be sharing all of that. And not only that, in everything that we're sharing on the food end, we're going to be with a group of incredible people on an amazing island, and we have daily excursions planned for everybody. Beautiful, beautiful excursions. And if you feel tired that day or don't want to go, you can just walk outside your resort and into the water, and the hotel's providing free paddle boards and kayaks and all that, or you can book an afternoon and go snorkeling or scuba diving. You have that option. So every day we've built in plenty of free time. So we will have a couple classes each day, nourishing breakfasts and lunch, afternoon excursions, and then an evening activity. And then we have Candy Taylor Love, who will be with us, and every day we'll have a chance to have yoga or meditation, or so much to talk about on just sort of that mind, body, spirit connection. All of that's included as well. So any questions about the retreat, more that I can answer for you or any of us while we're here? Denise or Charlotte?
Oh, you got me anxious to go now. 4.
Yeah, well, it's I can send you all the information. You can make payments all the way through. Some people are working with us and they're paying $100 a month or $200 a month, and they just, as long as we're paid up by May. However it works, we just need to let you know that there are limited hotel resorts, but we have a list of people who want to like have roommates. And then if you want, it's very affordable, the rooms, but if you want to be paired up with someone, we have that. And at different prices, they're sort of, beautiful. They're all beautiful. There's economical, and then you got, then there's penthouses. So we have all levels of accommodations. And what else? You've been there. What else can we say?
Just prepare to have a really great time with a bunch of amazing individuals. Learn a lot for you, for your future, for your whole inside and out health, body and mind and spirit.
Yeah, you'll definitely come back rejuvenated. We're saying nourish, heal, relax, and revitalize, I think it was.
Can I add one more thing in? And this
Please.
is for Lucille. Lucille, the first time I began to learn about you was from the Zeta Global Radio interview that Lainey did with you, I think in 2017.
Yeah.
We're talking about detoxing, and I could hear your medical knowledge coming through. It's practical. You know the ins and outs and the depth of it. So I know you've helped a lot of people through that whole detoxing thing. And whenever you're changing your food and becoming more and more pure, I guess I will say that you may encounter, people will encounter and need that as well. So I'm sure we'll be incorporating some of that talk depending on the questions that come up, and you are the ace on that, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No question. I think all the topics are all synergistically going to work together, and they're all different, and then they all overlap. And what's so important is that we all have that ability to make the change right in our grocery store. And that's what we're going to be showing you over and over and over. Did you know this? And we will have plenty of 3-horsepower blenders there to ignite everyone's digestive fire, as we've been learning recently, and really to embrace each person's own path, because what works for Charlotte is going to be different for Tony, is going to be different for Denise. And we want to make, and this is not a homogenized retreat by any means. It's such one-on-one because we have such a small, intimate group. We're limiting this to 20. That is perfect for Oksana to prepare beautiful, nutritious meals. That gives us time to all go places together. And it also gives us time to really learn and immerse into this experience without feeling like we're in a big crowd and we're not getting our questions answered. So you're going to walk away like with 19 other best friends and knowledge that you'll be sharing for yourself and just about everyone you know, because you're going to want to tell everybody, like, I wouldn't be cooking with that, or anything. You're just going to walk away so well informed, and that's our goal, is to have everybody feel nourished and informed for forever on. Yeah. So that's what I have. And I will tell you, and I forgot to do this the last time, we are currently having a little raffle. And it's kind of I say little as a joke, because it's actually a big raffle. But right now you can buy a ticket. They're $10 each. And there's, and if you buy $50 worth, you get an extra free one, or $100 too. But right now you can buy raffle tickets, and we are giving one free pass. So if you're a HCC member, to come to this, it's $7.95, and if you're not a Holistic Chamber member, it's $9.95. But these are only $10 tickets. The money is being raised for Holistic Chamber of Commerce's community outreach panels, and our winner is drawn December 10th, 2 months from today. 2 months from today. And so we've been collecting these tickets, and then one person will be getting a free pass to come to this. So all they need to do is buy their airfare and accommodations, but the whole retreat is taken care of. So essentially, you might want to spend your money on some wonderful knickknacks, because there's tons of it there. I mean, I can't believe the prices. Well, Mexico prices, but really great quality. So that is an option, and I can absolutely, if you want to buy a ticket to those and then decide after December 10th. But I highly recommend, if you do go, you know, consider going regardless. And, you know, if you want to put a little bit of luck into the mix and see if your ticket gets pulled, but one lucky person will get a comped registration to this. So I can let you know more info on that if you would like to buy a ticket. And other than that, I think if you go to the Facebook page called the Ultimate Food Healing Retreat, not only not all the information we talked about today, there are more classes coming up over the next month or two. And also we will have a, on there is the link to learn all about the registration and what's involved. And that's it.
Is that the same page where we got onto this Zoom from?
Well, I don't know,
Or that's
because
an
you
event?
might have got
Okay.
on from the event page called Foods That Fight Disease, because that was this event. But the main
Okay.
Facebook page that has everything about the retreat, the classes that I mentioned, the schedule, the agenda, the prices, the link, the registration, even the info, and a link about getting those raffle tickets, just type in the Ultimate Food Healing Retreat, and it'll pop up.
Okay.
And that should have everything I mentioned just now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lucille. That was
Thank
fantastic.
you for having me.
She has so much knowledge, and I come from a science degree, so like when I hear her go into like the science of things, I get it. But I was like, okay, let's hold back on some of that science, because I don't think, you know, because not everyone, you know, it's hard to integrate all this information. But you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And thanks for your support, Deb, and for being here, Tony, and Charlotte, and Denise, and anyone who watches this on the replay. You know, of course, you guys, this will be up tomorrow on YouTube. And HCCSWFL, Holistic Chamber of Commerce, is sponsoring this retreat. It's our annual retreat. And our YouTube page, you can share this with anyone who might have missed this. And our prior classes are also on that YouTube channel. And you're always welcome to subscribe to that channel, because then it notifies you when our next anything that from the Holistic Chamber of Commerce is posted. But our last two classes, Eating with Vitality and Emotional Eating, are also already on that YouTube channel. All right.
Great.
All right. Blessings, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're so grateful. And I hope we're all doing this together live next June.
All right.
The Mahara
Awesome.
in paradise. All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.